Lontrell Dennell Williams Jr., popularly known as Pooh Shiesty, rose to fame in 2020 after he was handpicked by rap mogul Gucci Mane for his 1017 Records label. Shiesty was also signed on to Atlantic Records after his 2020 single, Back in jolted him to mainstream rap music. Although he has had major success in the rap industry, Pooh Shiesty has a lengthy, dark criminal record that you probably didn't know about and has been jailed in Florida since July of 2021 in connection to an incident in May. Pooh Shiesty reportedly got unruly with a security guard at a strip club during Memorial Day weekend. But now, his case has taken a sudden drastic change, and you won't believe what you hear. Keep watching till the end of this video to see Pooh Shiesty pleading guilty to his case and what this means now. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Pooh Shiesty kicked off 2021 with a strong start. Spotify's Rap Caviar chose the artist as one of the top 10 artists to watch this year. He released a deluxe edition to his popular mixtape, Shiesty Season, in May and featured on several leading tracks. But 2021 didn't go as anticipated for one of hip-hop's most promising young rappers. Rap mogul Gucci Mane's handpicked artist faces several charges over crimes committed in October of 2020 and May of 2021. The 2020 incident in particular led to a lengthy legal battle to which the Memphis-born rapper formally pleaded guilty. Shiesty is now facing firearms conspiracy charges in a federal court in Miami. According to the affidavits related to the case, Shiesty pulled out a black semi-automatic weapon from his waistband after dropping some cash in the King of Diamonds club in Miami. The Memphis rapper waved the gun around, warning patrons he believed would reach for the amount. As security tried pulling him from the scene and escorting him outside, Shiesty became unruly and fired the semi-automatic, which hit a security guard in the ankle. On June 9th, the back-end rapper was granted a $10,000 bond by a Florida judge. The rapper would have faced a minimum of 20 years had he been indicted on an aggravated battery charge related to the King of Diamonds shooting. But before that trial could conclude, the October 2020 incident caught up to him. The judge then ordered Shiesty to remain in prison until another judge ruled on his status in the incident. In October of 2020, Shiesty was involved in a robbery and shooting that took place outside of Landon Hotel in Bay Harbor Islands, Florida. Pooh Shiesty, Jaden DeRosa, and Bobby Brown arrived at the Landon Hotel in October to purchase high-end athletic sneakers and from Jeffrey Sarna and Brandon Cooper. Shiesty arrived in a McLaren he'd rented from one of the two men and wanted to negotiate the rental price during the meetup. According to Miami-Dade FBI detective Elio Garcia, the entire ordeal went south and a brawl ensued between the five men. Shiesty pulled out a weapon and fired it at the two men, shooting one in the hip and the other in the butt. The two men identified the 22-year-old rapper as the shooter, and security camera footage revealed the entire incident. But Pooh Shiesty was ultimately connected to the shooting after police matched the serial numbers on wads of cash left behind in a Louis Vuitton bag that had fallen from the McLaren. It had the money the rapper had used to stage an image on his Instagram account days prior. The Louis Vuitton bag had $40,912 in it. Pooh Shiesty was arrested, but released on bond shortly thereafter. After the June 2021 incident, a judge ordered that Shiesty was to remain in prison irrespective of the bond on that case until another judge sentenced him in connection to the October 2020 incident. Had Shiesty been indicted on a conspiracy to commit murder charge, he would have faced a life sentence. The rapper's defense team initially pleaded not guilty to the charges and were proceeding as such. A trial was set for October 25th, and Shiesty was to face charges of possessing a firearm in furtherance of violence and drug trafficking crimes. A major turn occurred when one of the victims, Cooper, was himself indicted in an elaborate bank fraud scheme. Shiesty's new defense was to plead guilty, but only to the firearms charge. The new plea deal was accepted, and Shiesty would then have to spend 97 months in prison, a lot less than his life sentence. Magistrate Judge Lauren Fleischer Lewis accepted the new plea after cautioning that the recommended sentence of no more than 97 months outlined in the no-binding deal was not guaranteed at Shiesty's future sentencing hearing before Chief Judge K. Michael Moore. Basically, Shiesty wouldn't be able to overturn the firearm guilty plea should another judge find him guilty of more charges and sentence him to a longer period of incarceration. "I understand," replied Pooh Shiesty to the judgment that was made. Pooh Shiesty has been held at the Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center in Miami since July of 2020. On December 17th of 2020, Shiesty reached out to his 3.4 million followers on Instagram. "I love all my supporters, and I'ma be back in a minute. Won't be too long till I'm free." While incarcerated, Pooh Shiesty also released a new mixtape, Federal Contraband. The track was essentially Shiesty freestyling over the jail phone booth. "We've entered the plea negotiations because there have been developments in the case that I think changed the dynamics of the case," Pooh Shiesty's defense lawyer Bradford Cohen said. "The agreement means that the date set for the trial won't take place. Shiesty's admission of federal crime also doesn't mean that the prosecutor's recommended sentencing will undoubtedly take place. The deal is conditional to the hearing set before the judge." As for the May 2021 incident at King of Diamonds Club in Miami, the rapper is no longer facing a felony charge. A spokesman for the Miami-Dade state attorney said that the case would be closed with no action against Shiesty for shooting a security guard in the ankle. Court documents related to the October 2020 incident revealed that Shiesty arrived at the Landon Hotel with Brown in the passenger seat of his rented bright green McLaren. DeRosa drove in a separate Mercedes Maybach. The documents referred to Jeffrey Sarna and Brandon Cooper as victims 1 and 2, respectively. Victim 1 allegedly handed Shiesty a shopping bag containing the sneakers, while Victim 2 got into the passenger seat of the McLaren to collect the amount. Shiesty pointed a Draco semi-automatic pistol at the second victim and ordered him to leave the shoes in the car. DeRosa attempted to rob the second victim of his jewelry during this time. When he tried to resist, Shiesty shot him in the butt. Brown then shot the other victim in the hip before getting into the McLaren with Shiesty. The robbers yelled, "Don't you try it," as they fled from the scene. Shiesty might have gotten off easy on the charges levied against him. Had he been indicted on all charges, he would have spent 20 years to an entire life sentence behind bars. The case against him was only minimized over the alleged victim's own indictment on separate charges. It is, however, important to understand that Shiesty's guilty plea can't be taken back. He will face charges for the firearms charge. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to be notified when we post more content. Thanks!